Hey, you guys, can someone explain to Clara she cannot eat all day nonstop? She's getting a little chunky, but yeah, it's really sad right now. Y'all, welcome. I'm Tracy. This is my channel, Tracy from the Mermaid Cove, plus Clara, my cat, and everyone's welcome here at the Cove. So, anyway, Clara got fed too much, and I just worry if she has urinary tract infections or she's gonna get in the habit going around the house, and it's not good on her joint. So I am dialing it back, just like me. And yeah, she's a good alarm clock. Yeah. Anyway, how are you guys? It is Friday. I have some time before I go to physical therapy. And it's so interesting. I'm trying something different. Like, I'm trying to understand things instead of just do things, right? So I have some exercises, there are these isometric ones, and they're a little bit, and anyone who's new, bless you, come in. I had rotator cuff surgery and a messed up bicep. So I call one like chicken wings, because you have to press it in a wall. So it really helps for me to know what muscle I'm using. I'm actually going to learn. There are a lot of muscles and it's complicated, but I'm going to learn all the muscles. I want to understand. So, but I do believe I'll have to get up at 6:45 just to get all my exercises done and come home, feed my girl, get a shower, and do the rest. Some I do twice a day, some I can do 3 to 5 times a day. So lunch will be done with that. I just don't know how I'll fit in 2 more, but we'll see. Sometimes that might be the occasion, or I can do part of them, split them in half and do part one time and part the other, because I can just chop up my break. But right now, I got some chicken. I think it was $2.69 a pound. Is that good? See, I gotta start learning about stuff like that. Huge, 6 huge chicken breasts. So some I cut in half, right? And some I left whole, depending, I guess on what I want to make, right? So I'm gonna put on these things, chicken breast. And what's today, y'all? I have no idea. I don't know. I'm just gonna put 329, because I really have come to understand that, and I just wrapped them in foil. I want to shrink wrap them, but I'd have to move too much to get to it. So that's something in my pantry. I want to clean the top area, and I'm going to ask my roommate if she can bring everything down for me. And then I want to have that where it's, I can reach up and get it, not have to move a lot. And there's a lot that I keep, like chips open, stuff like that, and then I forget about them. So I think I'm going to do that, because I want to use it, and I'm going to have to use it, because you can't buy all this chicken and then not use it. And food is expensive, but it's a lot more expensive, y'all, if you don't eat it. So for now, there we go. And then what I want to do is kind of write what's in my freezer, right? Because I forget. I need to do an inventory and throw some stuff out, but I don't know how. There's this app called Cook List. It did help a lot. You inventory everything, and it'll even give you suggestions. It'll tell you, hey, expiration's coming. So it's $30 a year. And I used it before and I liked it, and then you just lose a plot. But I think that might help me, because having things written down really with how my brain works is so important. But look at this huge chicken breast. So I'm thinking about that, but it's a commitment to get it done. But I thought, my thinking is like, I'll just take a day and do it. Well, I can't anymore, y'all. I can't do that anymore. It's, I have to do a little bit at a time. And even when my arm is 100%, I can't do that anymore, right? And it's so funny, because my therapist's word with me, and probably everyone, is gentle. I might get it tattooed right here. Gentle. And I think that needs to be the mantra for the rest of my life, like gentle, slowly, consistently, right? The exercises need to be done slowly, gently, and consistently, right? I feel like this is a theme. Now I'm going to have my ADHD medicine for a month. Let's just hope the next month comes. And I'm going to start taking, I'm going to build up next week to the full dose, which was probably going to be, I don't know, between 50 and 60, and go from there. And again, I was talking to my friend Michelle Zuka, and well, none of you know who she is, and she's not going to watch this. Anyway, she lives in Hawaii, and we sort of, you know, it's so nice to text people, but she's a really good food preparer. She uses everything, and she makes kimchi, her own yogurt, her own hummus. And she meal preps for the week, and she has a boyfriend, you know, her partner, and big old guy, and she really started cooking super healthy for him and her. So she's really on a roll, and she's the one that inspired me to make my bean salad. The thing is, you guys, I have to work on having everything. It's just too much, and I know it's not like I can sit down and gobble up the rest of that salad the last day. My stomach doesn't work like that. So these are things I'm thinking about. I've been watching a lot of people who do it. So anyway, I brought these in foil, and I'm putting them in plastic. But the goal will to, you know, eat these up in the next, I don't know, 6 weeks, something like that. I also have 2 corned beef that was half price. So it's amazing, because I was thinking, if I bought this much poundage, now it will shrink, at the deli, I would be paying a lot more than $7. But I've got one in the freezer, and then I was thinking about maybe just cooking one to have this week, because I don't want to not have it. And because I kind of didn't feel like I got enough, you know, and then now I can have it. So also, I've been very lucky, and people are visiting me. Beverly's so funny. She's like, I count 18 people visiting me. I'm like, I don't think it's that many, and people are generous and bring food. So my friend Gail bought rotisserie chicken already pulled. So I'm gonna, I froze that. And like I should have, normally I think I would half it and then seal pack it, but I will eating something with rotisserie chicken for that week. And then she got me some, it looks like cut chicken legs and stuff. I'm not sure, but I think what I'll do with those, because they're cooked and they have to be used, I might just go ahead and try to pull them and freeze it. Because sometimes, you know, dark meat's not my favorite to eat, but I don't mind it when you're cooking like a casserole and you have white meat and a little dark meat thrown in. I think that's a good thing. She got 2 chicken Caesar wrap sandwiches for me. I'm going to have that today. I gave one to my roommate. And then macaroni and cheese, and there was one other thing. And I still am eating on I still have half of a Chinese dish left from Wednesday that my friend brought me. I have a pizza another friend brought me. So Beverly's like, what are you gonna do? So, blessings. So I've got to figure all that out. Mostly I've eaten everything else up. And then Kenny brought me a bagel and cream cheese yesterday. Yum, yum. And a breakfast sandwich. So yeah, I am definitely doing well. And I have 2 hamburgers in my freezer. And you know, I try to take a cup of the bean salad I make and freeze it. What do y'all think? See, there's cucumbers in there. That's probably not going to do well. They're kind of wet. I don't know, y'all. Look at this haircut. Because I did my, yeah. Because my part wasn't exact. I hate that. I'm going to be getting a haircut, not next week, but the next week. I just need it thinned a little here and a little style. So, you know, you want to go back first day of school. What I'm not doing is not buying a new top. That would be normally what I would do, but I'm not. I'll buy a new top from my closet. And 12, so yeah, so So this is labor intensive, of course, but it's the only way it can work. And I right now have stuff, a haul I've had for too long, waiting to film it, but I want to do this Walmart. I want to do comparison to Giant. Giant is our local main, like there's Giant, Safeway, Wegmans, Weis. Some people have a Food Line. I don't have one of those near me. Those are kind of like the mainstays, you know, Walmart, Target. I don't really go into Target. It's too dangerous. So, you know, there's a limited. Sometimes if I want to do a taste test, I might go in there and get some, you can find something different. Like Good and Gather, is that what it's called? Okay, so I got to find places in the freezer for that. But I'll do it. Yeah, so gentle, slow, consistent. Interesting, because, you know, I mean, I'm doing exercises. Okay, like I said, I have 5, some are 5, some are twice. And I'm only, right now I'm doing 3 times a week for PT, and I'm gonna keep that up for a little bit longer, even when I go back to work, because I think their schedule is so good that that's what I'm gonna do. But 7 days a week, right? So it's a thing, y'all. I've been really, you know, now, I mean, it's my whole life is healing right now. That's the only thing I really want to accomplish. So I have a book and keep track, and because I have to, if I don't write it down, it didn't happen, it won't happen, kind of thing. So that's what I'm kind of thinking. But what I can do too at work is I can see my, like you're with the public and then you're in the back. I can look at my schedule when I'm out with the public and split my lunch, 30 minutes for lunch and then 2 15-minute things, and look and see, really plan for the whole week. So I'm going to try to work on that. And like I said, I don't have to do them all. It's like time consuming. And of course he keeps adding them and adding them and adding them, which is exactly, but I will say this, I know this is really strange. So my arm is basically like this, see y'all guys? For almost close to 6 weeks, right? Because of the bicep problem. I read, oh my God, when I read his notes, I was like, oh, the only good thing is he said, patient responded well and no complications. So that's good to know. But it was the weirdest thing. I had the weirdest BO because I couldn't even like open it. I mean, it was just ridiculous. And I would try to get a paper towel and slide it in. But now I can actually wash my armpit. Progress, right? This is like real progress here. But so that is what's happening. And I'm really, I know I want my YouTube channel. I love talking to you guys. But I also know I want to try to find more structure, or like Pizza Friday, or, you know, that kind of thing. And it's just a challenge, right? And if my ADHD medicine is consistent, it will be easier for me to do that. But basically what I want to do is share this struggle I have with food prep, eating my food, not buying food, you know, really thinking differently my whole life. This is how it's been. And my mom was always the kind of person, you know, my mom and I lived together most of my life and all of her life practically. So and when she was retired, she loved to cook. She loved to go to the grocery store. All that was her thing. And I tell you what, Beverly said, I just wish your mother was alive and we could have a big party and everyone over. But she's a great, you know, like Midwestern normal cook. But she would buy, like if she was out of something, she'd buy 2 or 3, or, you know, when she died, I literally had 30 Jello, packs of Jello, because she'd forget, right? So that's basically, I think, oh, I want this, I order it. So I'm really trying to change it and be like, okay, once a month, you put it on your list, unless it's something for Clara or something imperative, you order it at the end of the month or something like that, right? Like see how your money has been. But I really want to understand it. Like Beverly is going to teach me, something's going on with TurboTax and my taxes, and we're going to go through it on the phone. But we're going to spend next time, we're going to do it early, and she's going to explain to me everything, because I kind of want to understand it as opposed to just put in numbers. I mean, really, understand my insurance, understand my property tax, understand my mortgage, all of this. Also, though, like these exercises, normally I would just do what it said, but I'm trying to understand how the muscles are used, like what muscles for what. And it really helps with these isometric ones where I just like, you hold a dish towel against the wall. You know, I have names for them, like chicken wings, you know, so I know that, you know, punches, because that muscle. There's an exercise in PT called no money. I call it mo money, right? More money. So it helps me kind of connect. And I kind of want to get off book. I have papers and things, and I can watch it online. And I'm really working hard to get do it correctly. Number one, watch your shoulders, y'all. Don't shrug in those shoulders. Watch them. So, and one of the good things is I have to be present, right? I have to breathe a little, meditate before I start, and just come and let go of impatience, gentle, slow, and consistent, and my breathing. And he's really working with me on breathing. And it's true, like I felt stuck at one point, and he's like, take a really good, slow, deep breath, and then move your arm, let it out, and move your arm. And I could. It didn't hurt like it did before I breathed. So I know I'm not breathing in a way that really supports my health and my body and my life. So I'm really going to work on that too. And I'm starting with the exercises, because there's one, I find myself holding my breath. Like, and I don't think I've ever had a massage where the person didn't say, relax, relax. And he does it, you know, this is my third time seeing him, well, fourth time. And he always says, relax. So I got to work on that, because, you know, the tension. But he was massaging something right here. I had a knot, and he's working on it. But of course, I mean, your body doesn't like to be not in motion. And then throwing in walks. I'm almost done clearing around my treadmill. So if it's hot or I wake up in the morning early, I can just hop on for 10 minutes. You know, my goal is 10 minutes 3 times a day. And that's doable, but when I come home late, I'll hop on my treadmill, as opposed to, I know in the summer, oh my God, when it's warm at night and the sun is gone, it's just heaven to be outside. So these are huge things, but I'm kind of growing myself up. Yeah, gently and slowly and consistently growing myself up. But as a trained consumer from the 70s, and never went in a store where if I saw something I wanted, they didn't get me. That's the truth. And what a privilege, I guess. But it's really going to be a retraining of my brain. And I remember this quote. It just said, Swedish quote. She who buys what she does not need steals from herself. She who buys what she does not need steals from herself, right? And whatever that, you know, I'm really pretty much off Instagram. I go on occasionally, check on my friends and stuff, but really I can't, holding my phone now, I'm getting this trigger finger, so I'm really being careful about what I'm gripping. And also then this goes up, you're hunched over. But I'm really trying to think about it. And, you know, when I went to Giant, and I saw a couple things, I'm like, oh, that's on my list, right? And I thought, you don't remember right now what it's for, you're not buying it. You can come back and get it, but if you don't know, if you're not going to use it in the next week, why are you buying it? Just in case what? If the world's coming to an end, I'm not going to be cooking. So, yeah. And I've been watching a lot of different YouTubers and how they do it. And, you know, zero waste would be my ultimate goal, but honestly, 10%, you know, that would be a good goal for me and for everyone, right? We all do it. So, you know, it's so funny. There's this channel called Daughtery Dozen, no, Daughtery 12, something like that. And she has all these kids, and she has 1.5 million viewers, and people go wild that she's explaining her children and all that kind of stuff. I just fast forward through anything with kids. But what I think fascinates me about her, well, she does this crazy shopping, and you know, that's insane. But when she's cooking and doing things, she puts away, like she finishes with this, it goes away. Even in the process. And I really have trained myself to put it later and do it later. And I think that I find myself thinking, oh no, you can put this away right now. You don't have to wait and do it. So that's a huge, really, internal shift with me that I'm working on, trying to make it a habit. Trying to make it a habit. And it sounds like, I'm sure most of you do that. And I know a lot of it has to do with ADHD. 100% understand that. Because impatience it's real. And it's hurtful, actually, in the long run. And that's something that I want to get these kind of routine rituals in place. So let's say I have to go without my medicine. They're kind of just like I brush my teeth no matter what, that kind of thing. So that is what I've been thinking about. And I want to just share that process with you all. And hopefully some people will benefit from it, or some people can give me ideas. I love that. There's a group of you that are so great and give me ideas all the time, and I appreciate it so much. So that's kind of where I'm at. Now I have a couple hauls, and I did a Dollar Tree. I haven't posted them yet, but I have a couple hauls. Again, I want to mark them, and I love the Yucca app, and my goal would be to eat clean, period, but it's really harder until I get myself totally off processed food, and that honestly is the goal. I mean, that would be a goal maybe by 61. I'm really mostly like 80% on processed food, because sometimes you just want macaroni and cheese, right? And you're going to grab Velveeta. Or you want ramen. I don't do that a lot, but occasionally I like to have those things. And even this. So this is interesting. So this was on sale. I saw someone eating popcorn on TV. Wow. And my mom, oh my God, she loved popcorn. And I thought, all my popcorn is at work, because that's when I tend to eat it. I make it at work. I don't eat it all the time. And like I know people who can't eat it because it sets them off. I'm not like that. But I know it's cheaper and better for you to pop it in a brown paper bag. And that would be my goal. I mean, I probably will never buy this again this year. I don't think I bought any popcorn last year. That Trader Joe's one though, movie theater popcorn, I don't get it like I used to, but I mean, occasionally I'm going to indulge in that. But it is much cheaper to make it yourself. But for right now, being a little bit more limited, I just bought it. And I'll probably end up taking it to work. Or share it with my roommate, because you get 12. But I got the minis, which is perfect for me. It says only real ingredients. Let's see, palm oil. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really bad added to it. What is mixed tocopherols? I gotta look that up. I don't know what that is. 210. I do like it with the butter. Hopefully I can wean myself off that. Again, habit, retrain my taste buds kind of thing. Y'all, this hair is crazy. Anyway, that's what's going on. And I'm working on meditation, having moments of inner peace, because I think right now that's the only thing, and I think it's a big thing to contribute right now to humanity. I think it's powerful, and that's what I'm working on, because you never know when you're peaceful or you're gentle how that will affect somebody else, who affects somebody else, who affects somebody else, And I just, in the car, I really train myself if someone cuts me off or some shenanigans that feels life-threatening is going on. I don't yell and scream, right? I just try to breathe and just breathe it through and just release it, because me getting upset is not affecting the idiot that just drove like a crazy person. It's not. It's affecting me, right? And I don't want other people's behavior to affect how I treat myself or what I think. And the thing is, you can think things and you can work through them. It's not that you don't have these. It's not. And there'll be times when I'm going to go and think, oh my God, you didn't put anything away, or blah, blah, blah. But that's okay, right? That's okay. It's gentle. It's slow. And we're working on consistency. I might have to get gentle on my arm to tattoo, really. Because opposite of it. And I know now so much about my ADHD. I've learned about not being able to get the medicine, but I'm ready now to have my lessons and have my medicine all the time. But I have learned a lot, and impatience is a thing, but mostly impatient with myself, right? I tend to be better with other people, and I want to switch that and like have really anything I would offer other people out of loving kindness. I'm trying to do me. So I don't know what I want my channel to be. I love talking to you guys. It's like my therapy. It makes me feel better. And the fact when someone sends a comment and is like, you know, this really meant something to me or helped me, that is everything, right? Do I want to make tons of money for my channel? Yeah. So when I retire, I can have food. Yeah, I do. But that's a process. But we'll see. But I don't know. I don't want to be clever or do. I just want to be myself, right? And if people come and they're interested, that's it. I'm not going to say like or subscribe because people know what to do, right? That's them. And that's it. So that's what I got going on. And now I got to get ready to go to I'm going to stretch out my hips really well before I go to my physical therapy. And I want to go to Aldi to get some fruit and check it out, but it is Friday afternoon. I'm not doing that. So I think I have early PT on Monday and I might run after that. Or I don't know, if they only open at 8, everyone's going to be there early, right? Maybe a Sunday morning. I don't know. I don't want to be involved in all that. I really don't. So that's the thought behind it. But I want some strawberries and I need some bananas and I may buy 1 or 2 apples. They're more expensive that way, but I'm really yearning. And the goal would be to be off processed food and buy fruit, like get really good fruit and protein. That's a good goal. But I'm lucky enough to be privileged enough to have these choices. But I do want to eat down my pantry and my freezer and say, hey, this and this, what can I make, kind of thing, right? And then do the fresh stuff. So anyway, that's where I'm at. I've been at this a long time, but you know what? It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. And I'm trying to sprint 26 miles. You stop and you get upset and you sit down and you give up. So now just a little bit at a time. I don't have to be the first person. I just want to get through the finish line, and that may take a year. Who cares, right? The inner voice of me is like, yeah, we'll see. I'm like, you're going to have ADHD medicine, so you're going to be a little bit quieter. All right, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you, even if you don't comment, you don't like, you don't subscribe, all that. I appreciate you. Hopefully there's a place here, and we can work on this together. And if you're somebody who, and I know a lot of you are so organized, love tips. Other people read comments. I know they'd appreciate tips and recipes. And, you know, on one level, I've oversaturated myself. So I'm going to, I've written a few things down. So I'm going to think, okay, I have tons of chicken. I have 2 hamburgers. I have this, I have that. And then, God, what in my pantry can go with that? And maybe it's not the healthiest right now, but that's what I'm going to do. And when I go to work, I want to have a really good pack my lunch with you guys and see what I eat, train myself to bring it home every night and then reuse it or whatever. I love watching that on channel. So that's the thoughts. But anyway, you guys take care. I'm going to go stretch. Wherever you are, get up and stretch your neck. One of the exercises I do is you grip the side of a chair and you turn and you look at your armpit and you hold that for 30 seconds and breathe in. This one's a little bit harder for me to breathe, I think. And you do it a set of 10, 2 times, right? That is one of the most, like, we all are holding tension and using phones and doing this, and I don't want to have a big hump when I'm older. No humps here. All right, guys, time to go. Bye.